dark of the night, whispers of deceit.
Shadows dance on the walls.
Secrets they repeat. A shadowed figure
with eyes full of lies.
hiding truths in the shadows where no one dares to pry. Uncover the truth, let the lies come undone. Peel back the layers until the light is shown. Uncover the truth, let the shadows run. Break free from the chains and find the sun. Uncover the truth in the dead of the night, where secrets lie hidden like a whispered bite. Uncover the truth in the dim of the light, where betrayals take root in the heart of the fight. In the rain-soaked streets, under the moon's pale light, a crime unfolds with a twisted secret.
All right, here we are for Bloodlines and Betrayal. I'm your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me for the second time this week, Coach Schumann. He's found time to make for us. Normally he's too good for us, but today we got lucky. He's not at his computer, but he's in his car. And we'll take whatever we can get. Coach Schumann. Very busy weekend running events, hustling, making money. He does it all. He does it all. I think if we sent you to NASA, you could figure out how to be an astronaut.
Oh, I definitely could figure out how to be an astronaut. I don't know if my knees can handle it though.
So we are discussing Title IX after Gino Auriemma came out Thursday and pretty much attacked Title IX legislation overall, and blatantly came out and said Title IX is pretty much out the window. I think most of the NCAA laws have gone out the window. He's not wrong about that. He's been doing this 41 years. And he's 4 wins away from his 13th national title. And he was asked whether women's sports, considering its growth, is in a place where it can do without Title IX. And he basically said that it appears to him the big conferences, Title IX is probably over. UConn is playing North Carolina today in the Sweet 16. He said, I don't know that when you're allocating $20.5 million per school in revenue, sharing payouts, that they're going, women's basketball is going to get some, they're going to get the same amount as football and men's basketball. And he said that he's sure that some schools are trying to do that and stay with it in terms of the numbers, scholarship opportunities for people. But when it comes time for putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak, when it comes time for dollars and cents, those programs that would make you believe it's the same are lying. And he does not see that as much anymore as he did at the beginning. And the reason for that is because schools are now, they have a limit to directly pay players. Like he said, the cap is $20.5 million. And there's no way to truly regulate it. And that's why the NCAA has come out and said, we don't want to hear any more tampering complaints. Now, the issue, in my opinion, is Title IX started in 1972, and it was basically to ensure equality for preventing discrimination for men's and women's sports, allocating the same number of scholarships. Is that how you recall it?
Yes. So if you have one scholarship on the male side, you have to have one on the female.
You have to have the same. Correct. And there's some sports, obviously, that throw that off, being football, where they try to make up for it with other female sports like field hockey, where there's typically not a male field hockey team or a volleyball team.
That's part of the biggest problem, is that you can't. It's very hard to do that, and you end up eliminating a lot of male sports. And there's a thing that's going on right now that they're like basically, there's a lawsuit that.
Yes, there is a lawsuit, but the lawsuit is they're trying to say that the payments need to be part of Title IX. Title IX never was intended to include payments. Oh, is that your dog? Oh, okay. Title IX was never included or what was based on paying players. It was never meant to ensure equal payments to players. You're getting a phone call. So everything transformed in 2021 when NIL became legalized. And right from the start, you saw a significant disparity between what the women's athletes were being paid, the NIL deals they were getting, and what the male athletes were getting. A lot of the female athletes made money on their own, becoming more influencers than getting third-party NIL deals. But so what happened was, as of last year, we know schools are directly allowed to pay athletes. However, President Trump, his administration, rescinded guidance from the Biden era's Department of Education that had stated schools must equitably distribute direct payments to male and female athletes. Now, I don't think that was going on to begin with, and I don't think it was being tracked. They have a system where if you're paid over $600 for NIL, you're supposed to report it. I don't think people were reporting that. But the reversal by the Trump administration has prompted numerous concerns to athletic departments because they're channeling the money. Dave left me. They're channeling money to the revenue-rich, revenue-driven sports. And nothing comes close to touching football or college basketball. And football right now is so much further ahead of everyone, including college basketball, that, I mean, there's no way anyone can catch up. There's no way you can pack 80,000 people in for a basketball game. And even though football does it, please tell me you're ordering food. Can I have I'd like a Whopper, Coke, fries, and a Frosty, I think. If we can get a Frosty. Chocolate, little vanilla. Spicy chicken sandwich too. I'd like a spicy chicken sandwich. That always makes me feel good. A nice, good spicy chicken sandwich. Double cheeseburger or Whopper would do the trick. I would greatly appreciate. But yeah, I mean, it's challenging ordering fast food. I typically like DoorDash. You like to go out for food. But I think DoorDash is much more efficient. They bring it right to your front door, and you just open the door and you get your food, and it works out a lot better. I mean, having to leave the comfort of your own home. I mean, you could have just DoorDash that. No, you don't like DoorDash.
Hello?
You don't like DoorDash?
I can't hear him. Hold on a second.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? He's signing out, signing back in. This is great. Yep, because he had to get his Happy Meal. Dave loves Happy Meals. Very happy, jovial man. And he's going to be eating, and it's going to be. I'm so jealous because I wish I was eating.
There I am. What was your question?
How come you just? It drives me nuts. I actually get angered because you refuse to use DoorDash.
Oh, I'm going somewhere. That's why.
Well, I mean, still,
I used DoorDash yesterday. Actually,
you did use DoorDash. Okay, all right. I just wanted to make that clear.
I don't do it often, but I do use it.
So the reversal by the Trump administration really concerned athletic departments because they were funneling money to the sports that generate revenue. And as I said, football, even with there's a dog. Is he getting an ice cream cone? Please tell me the dog's getting an ice cream cone.
Say hi.
The dog's getting a pup cup. Oh, I like pup cups. Are they going to send one to me? Bo, I hope it's good.
All right, Bo, you got to back up, buddy. Thank you.
Did he get a pup cup?
No.
Oh, she just pet him.
I got some stuff for him. I can give him. He wants my iced tea.
Oh, he does? He'll drink iced tea?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
will he drink it? Will he drink it? Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right. Well, that's different. If you're at Chick-fil-A, then it's worth it. If you're at Chick-fil-A, that's worth the trip. I would drive to the throughway exit because that's the closest Chick-fil-A. I would drive.
Oh, that's the closest. Wow, we have a couple in our town now.
And I would drive to Syracuse for Chick-fil-A. But football, even with 6 to 7 home games, when you're talking about 80 to 100,000 seat stadiums for the Power Four conferences, that generates significant revenue. And then the broadcast deals now are in the billions of dollars.
Right.
Nothing remotely comes close. So Title IX equating to value and equitable pay, I think, is next to impossible. You can't force a TV network to pay you the same for SEC football and SEC women's basketball. I mean, unless you try to bundle the rights to everything and say, okay, if you want SEC football, you got to get SEC men's basketball, women's basketball, and charge a blanket price for it. And then you have to decide how to equitably distribute that, which I think would turn into a monkey trying to hump a football.
That's one way of putting it.
Well, I mean, how else could you do it? Because in my opinion, within the next 5 years, this is becoming an arms race like we've never seen. I mean, the money that's being spent under the table, the lack of oversight by the NCAA, they're going to cut the non-revenue sports. They're going to cut the Olympic sports.
What they're going to cut is
sides too.
And they're going to cut men's sports.
That's what I'm saying. I think they'll cut both.
Like, originally it was intended to get women on an equal playing field. But all that happened was they just cut men's sports because it's cheaper to cut sports.
Yes.
So,
yes. It's cheaper to cut sports because
they didn't add women's sports, they cut men's sports.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
the intent was that the intent wasn't to cut men's sports for women. It was to add scholarship opportunities for women so they got on par. But what these guys did to get on par because of the money
Are
is
you
they cut men's sports.
are you talking about Title IX in general, or are you talking about the recent events with
Title
NIL?
IX.
Oh, Title IX. Yes, yes. Men's sports got cut. I know several teams like wrestling got lost. Many schools had to cut men's sports to be in compliance with Title IX.
Correct.
However, the way that Title IX is written, I don't believe that money, finances are part of Title IX. Title IX only
No, I
stated
agree with you. I
that
agree.
men and women get the same equitable opportunity as far as scholarships go.
Correct.
We are in a capitalist society, a republic. So, a university athletic department, first of all, $20 million. Only the upper echelon programs can spend $20 million on their athletes. Okay.
Right.
And but usually it's 12 to 15 million. Some say 17 million that go to football. And football has the most players. Football generates the most revenue. And they brought up a proposal of a possible tier system where football gets $10 million. And
Right.
then the other $10 million gets broken up between, the other sports, men's and women's basketball and the non-revenue sports. But justifiably, that is probably not going to change a whole lot because they still can get NIL money. And wow, you eat fast. You don't even
Oh yeah,
take
I
time
eat
to enjoy
incredibly
it.
fast. I eat
Wait,
so fast,
where's
it's
the
insane.
fire? Where's the fire?
That's how I
Enjoy
eat
it.
all the time.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Wagobi. Just think Wagobi. So Gino basically said, unfortunately, more equity is going to have to be done through the way conference commissioners and the way athletic directors decide how and basically how they want to keep funding this sport. That's the only way, because he sees women's basketball becoming a casualty to the new system.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he sees the money that is going to football. Oh my God. Do you get it with pickles or without pickles?
How's pickles?
Yeah, I don't like the pickles. He sees it as, football is always going to take the biggest slice of the pie because it brings in the biggest slice of the pie. And the other sports exist because of college football. College football pays for them,
Correct.
And when UConn used to have to go and play at Michigan or Tennessee, that one game, they would be paid millions upon millions of dollars, and it would fund the program for the year. I mean, that's why you see so many of these teams take on the bigger competition in early games because they get paid to do so. And that was another issue because now with the ACC and the SEC moving to 9 conference games, and they're forcing the other 3 opponents to be, I believe, power conference teams. That leaves a lot of teams out in the cold. They're going to get a lot less money because of it. You're not going to see Jacksonville State play Florida State because they're not required to. So it's going to be a big challenge.
You know what else is a big issue? Kansas just came out and said they lost, I think it was $17 million.
All these athletic departments are, because again, it's an arms race. They are
Upgrade the
paying.
facilities.
Yeah, the facilities are being upgraded. They're paying players $20 million whether the department has it or not, which is becoming an issue. And that's why Rutgers is in the situation it's in, being $78 million in the hole, despite getting $40 to $50 million from the Big Ten Conference. There's no way that should happen. And they're raising student fees to cover it. And that's what happens at a lot of institutions now. The students are paying for it.
The state of Kansas is investigating Kansas to find out how are they going to cover the loss, because they don't want it to come out of the
taxpayer money or student money.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's a big issue, because if that
where else is it going to come from?
Where else is it going to come from?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're going to.
And I just found out that they had you might know the name, Jay Accorsi on, who used to be the Rowan head coach, right?
Yeah.
And he's now took over a JUCO program, and he brought up that college enrollment is going to continue to go down until 2036 because of the number of statistically, because the number of kids available to go to college is significantly less, because people have less kids in my/your generation. You know what I mean?
Yes, and the tuition costs are through the roof, and they're figuring out that doing other things are more productive than going to college, such as starting your own business, doing a trade. I mean,
right.
going to college and coming out hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and starting off with a job that pays $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I mean, in the end, is it worth it just to say that I have a degree from Lehigh? I mean, that's a dilemma. I just think there's certain professions, you have to go to college for. The rest, does college truly prepare you for the real world? No, I don't believe it does.
I don't think it prepared me at all. Do you know what helped me?
No.
Was the MBA program I did. That helped me.
Well, yes, UConn has
the masters helped me.
Yeah.
But undergrad? Hell no.
No, because you're required to do everything. You're required to do
I didn't want to. I wanted to study business. I didn't want to study like
philosophy and drama and linguistics.
Philosophy I like, but there were classes I did not, at all. Like, I didn't want to do calculus again.
Oh, statistics. I hated statistics. Was awful. But, Auriemma also spoke on other big picture topics. He despises basically the two-site regional and the women's college game, a format that is in place for the next 5 years. And he said that the sport shouldn't feel as if it has to move to neutral sites for the first two rounds of the tournament.
No, because it's much more expensive.
Well, he said, if you would tell me that we could guarantee that every first and second round game, no matter where we played, it would be sold out, then I would say, let's do it. Gino said.
But it's not going to be.
How most other college sports also have schools that host postseason competition, even college football. College football playoffs hold postseason competition. But in reality, the reality is they wouldn't be unless you have them in certain places. So they play them on site in order to draw attendance, because the NCAA's major, the way they make their money is off the tournament. That is the major benefactor. That is how they make their money.
100% right. All of the NCAA money comes from that tournament.
College basketball, yes.
I'm saying the NCAA's revenue in general,
yes,
overwhelming majority comes from the two tournaments and really the men's, but like overwhelming.
Yeah,
and the obviously primarily TV rights, and again,
they
it's a
don't get anything from football really as much for.
nothing. They get nothing. It's a huge issue. There look, Title IX is going to be severely affected. I don't know
Well, it depends if the
the
lawsuit.
financial aspect. You're not
Yes,
going to be able to apply it. Scholarship wise, it's already applied. I don't, you
yes.
know,
It's the financial aspect that
like
they're
I
still
think
sorting out.
you need to have women's flag football be a scholarship sport because
And it's
it will
become,
save men's sports, some another men's sport like wrestling, for example, or something, right?
yeah, 100%. But the question becomes there's a lawsuit now with Title IX regarding the revenue share system, basically paying athletes, and NIL, saying that equitable pay must be distributed to the women. I don't believe that that's possible, and I don't believe that falls into Title IX. I think that would have to be a completely separate agreement altogether if they wanted to do that. But I don't think that they can or will. The only way you could do it was you'd have to bundle the television rights and force them to cover. Okay. Yeah. 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 Look at that face. Oh, it's so beautiful. Such a handsome man. Really, really trim goatee. He got cleaned up for his event. He is ready to go. He is ready to go for this event. He is so clean cut. I bet the married women are all over him. They love Dave. And he's gone. Okay. So Gino is correct in saying that because when you're playing on site for the first two rounds, you're guaranteed a crowd. And I think that's most important. If UConn used to play at
Agreed.
they used to play at Mohegan Sun, and they would still draw a crowd. But the other teams that don't have the massive support, the massive following.
Most of them don't have
No.
What do you have? South Carolina, Baylor.
LSU,
I mean, not Baylor. It used to be LSU, South
Texas,
Carolina, LSU,
Notre Dame,
Notre Dame, maybe Vanderbilt now. That's about
Duke.
it. Even Tennessee doesn't attract like it used to
No.
because
That's
for basketball, women's basketball, the players are important, but the coaching personality is actually even bigger than other than when Caitlin Clark was different. But
you think it's
the
bigger than the men's coaching personality?
no, I think it has more of an impact
Oh, okay.
on the attendance. Meaning, let's think of the best teams. I mean, they're also the best teams
Well,
too.
yeah, Gino, Don Staley. Yeah, I get that.
What's her name from LSU?
Kim Mulkey, whatever her
My
name is.
One of my favorite, by the way, TikTok series is this woman plays like she's Kim Mulkey, and she goes on and she's dressed up like Kim Mulkey. It's hilarious, and and she makes believe that she has a crush on Gino Auriemma. She'll make believe she's calling him. She'll be like, Gino, what's up, Gino? Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah. Hey, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Gino, we going out to dinner this week? It's
Yeah. What time are you
hilarious.
picking me up? You coming to my hotel?
Uh, and she's dressed in high heels. Then she's dressed in high heels, dribbling a basketball. It's hilarious.
And
Hilarious.
it's just a regular person. It's not.
It's just a skit. Yeah, she'll be
That's
like
awesome.
She'll be dressed in high heels, dribbling a basketball.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
hilarious.
Let's go, Gino.
Uh,
So this was the other big news that happened a month ago. The Department of Education revokes guidance on Title IX and athlete pay, basically saying Title IX like I said, does not apply to NIL deals, the Department of Education said, and that schools must equitably distribute direct payments to male and female athletes. That was rescinded. So that was huge.
That
And
is huge.
basically, without a credible legal justification, the Biden administration claimed that NIL agreements between schools and student athletes are akin to financial aid. For nothing could be further from the truth. And student athletes are akin, student athletes are akin to financial aid and must therefore be proportionately distributed between male and female athletes under Title IX.
Nope.
So whoever came to that conclusion is mentally impaired. That is nothing could be further from the truth. You cannot say NIL and rev share agreements are equivalent to financial aid. Come on.
That's craziness.
Yeah, and trying to say that they have to be paid the same. There's no way that college sports would function without college football being severely hurt if you made payments for Title IX having to be equitable for males and females, because it would never be that way. It would never be that way.
100% correct. Now I have to jump. Do you want my dog? You want my dog to stay on with you?
No, go ahead. I'll finish up. Thank you.
By the way, this is a great topic. We should do a part 2.
We should. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's only going to get worse and it's going to be a big issue. And I still can't blog on the website. You got to show me how.
I'm going to try and log in as you and see what the deal is.
I logged on. I clicked on blogs. I don't know how you enter them. Is there another place to go to write a blog?
That should come up right away.
Okay, the blogs come up, but writing it did not come up. That's why I was curious.
There should be a space that you can put your text in.
Okay, so
I'm going to log in as you and see what happens.
So if I go to blog, there's 6 blogs. There's 9 blogs. There's one at the bottom that says lovable, build apps and websites by chatting with AI, build something lovable. I don't know if that's it or not, but just check it. And then UConn just released, there's a event for the spring game that if you're
What's
probably
the date?
You probably can't. It's April 11th. Is that one of your events?
I have an event the next day.
Oh, well, you can come up for the spring game. It's a short drive. Just come up and drive back. It's a brunch with Coach Candle.
Oh.
Yeah, and we can interview him and introduce our Husky Hub.
Maybe.
Okay, so that means no. Okay. All right. Go do what you got to do. I'll
you know what? It is possible because I don't think my tournament on the 12th starts until.
Well, you wouldn't stay overnight. The game's early.
The tournament doesn't start anyway till about noon, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you'd come for the brunch, stay for like halftime, and then leave. Drive up that morning and leave. The brunch is at 10 or 11, I think. It's just
it's early.
Yeah, it's just like you did for the UAB game.
Let me look at my track schedule. Hold on.
Yeah, because I think it would be good to do it, and Kevin Freeman wants to try to get as many football alumni there as possible. So
I do not have a track meet. Wait, hold on. Varsity track. April. No track meet. Let's look at baseball. Baseball game Friday night. Might be good.
Yeah.
Looks like I don't have anything on Saturday morning. So might be a possibility.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if we're on spring break or not, but I have to look and see on that.
Yeah.
But let me run. I'll take
Yeah.
a look at that. I'm looking very handsome today.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you
yeah.
cleaned up for the event. I love it. I don't like the chin strap. I like the goatee. The chin strap now. You get rid of the chin strap. But yeah, good luck. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. I'll finish up, and
We'll come back with a part 2 next week.
yes, and yes, and Monday night
for Good Friday. We'll do a Good Friday part 2.
Monday night.
Wait a minute. Maybe we should do Good Friday. We should do the life and times of Jesus on Bloodlines.
I don't think I could do the Bible.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Jesus Christ on the Bible? On Bloodlines.
Wouldn't that be a good Bloodlines?
The case of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
On Bloodlines and Betrayal.
Yes.
The
biggest case of all.
I don't even know it all.
We're
gonna start with Mary and the Immaculate Conception and the carpenter and curing the blind and all that. We're gonna tell the stories and then Pontius Pilate put him on the cross. That's what you want to do. That's your Bloodlines.
I think that would be good.
All right, great, fine. You want to do Jesus Christ? We'll do Jesus Christ. No problem.
It made me think. I just thought of maybe we should do a series on the Bible.
You want to do a series on the Bible?
Bloodlines, a series of Bloodlines on the Bible. We could do.
That'll go over huge. We'll get a lot of viewership for that. Yeah.
Jesus. We could do
Moses.
We could,
yep.
We could do Jacob.
I would do Job. I wouldn't do Jacob. Who was the apostle who betrayed him? You're getting a phone call. And he's gone. He's gone. Anyway, Title IX does not apply to financial implications for men or women. So Title IX applied for equality in scholarships for males and females in college sports. So trying to shoehorn revenue sharing NIL deals into Title IX does not hold water. That was not the original purpose of it. If you want to create something else for it, go ahead, call it something else, but it cannot be shoehorned in under Title IX rules and regulations. So we'll do a part 2, but I believe this is wrong. I believe Gino is right. Rev share and NIL is going to hurt women's basketball. It's going to hurt non-revenue sports because 5 years from now, it's just going to be monstrous and sports are going to get cut because the money is going to go to the sports that generate the most revenue, and the ones that aren't are going to fall behind. So I'm Steve Cully. Remember, life gives you lemons. Don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and shove them up Dave's ass.